A massive new video game dropped last month, Marvel's Rivals. It's kind of like a team shoot 'em up, but it's third person. So if you've ever played a game, it's kind of like Fortnite, but not really. It's more like Overwatch with Marvel characters. And as someone who's played Overwatch 1 and 2, played it since the beginning, Marvel Rivals is very similar to Overwatch. Now, for those who don't play video games at all, let me tell you why this story's hilarious. Somebody made a modification to Marvel Rivals that turns Captain America's head into Donald Trump. That's right. You can play as this kind of strange-looking Donald Trump face. Kind of looks like his face is melted. In the game. But Nexus Mods, a platform that hosts modifications to various games, banned it. It came back, and they banned it again. Apparently, when you're playing by yourself at home, they don't want you to be able to play as Donald Trump. Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. The woke left won't let us play as Donald Trump, Captain America. I'm half kidding about that. Calm down, wokies. Here's the story. This one's absolutely hilarious. And then I have this post from Steam where people are like, the game is too racist. Because I'm like, I guarantee you, if you type in thing is racist, you will find something. Because whiny little babies don't know what the internet is. We got this from Nat Park Place. A Donald Trump Captain America mod resurfaces on Nexus Mods for Marvel Rivals before being banned again. This morning, the previously banned Donald Trump Captain America mod for Marvel Rivals reappeared on Nexus Mods. However, as of this writing, it has been banned yet again, marking Trump's second removal from the... This is so hilarious. Originally created by Reddit Echo Chamber, the controversial mod was briefly re-uploaded on the morning of January 6, 2025 by a user named Shred. However, the mod's availability was short-lived as Nexus Mods quickly acted to enforce its long-standing policy against politically themed content. That's so weak. This marks the latest chapter in the saga of political mods for Marvel Rivals. The Trump mod had previously been banned alongside a Joe Biden Captain America mod. Hey, now that's way better if you ask me, because it's ironically funny. Both of which violated Nexus Mod's guidelines aimed at maintaining neutrality and preventing divisive content. While the Biden mod has not resurfaced, the Trump mod's brief return has reignited debates within the modding community about free expression and content moderation. Nexus Mods introduced its ban on U.S. political mods in 2020, citing the need to curb inflammatory content and low-effort uploads that distract from the platform's focus on enhancing game experiences and escapism. Despite the policy, politically themed mods like this one slip through all the time. Now, look, I can understand that they may be like, the political meme stuff means the site gets flooded with 10,000 really low-effort mods where it's like, you know, Captain America's now carrying an American flag. Ooh, or they're carrying a sign saying no step on snack or something like this. Fine. But there's probably tons of low effort mods, and let people filter that stuff out. Create a filter that if you think it's low effort, create the low effort section. I don't see why you can't allow people to have this. Just put it in a different section. They're going to say, of course, when anything gains popularity the way Rivals has, people inevitably attempt to politicize it. Though recently we've seen left-leaning gamers make demands that go beyond simple mods that players can turn on and off. They want their ideology inserted directly into the game by developers so that everyone will have to experience what they want to see. Cringe. As pointed out by YouTuber Endymion in a recent video, some Rivals players are requesting identity politics and pride ideology inserted into the game, with one user going so far as to demand there be gender-swapped versions of each character model. So as not to offend anyone who doesn't feel comfortable playing Doctor Strange as a man. That would just be entirely different characters. Sure. These are all likely the same people clutching their pearls about political mods. We've also seen this before in games like Helldivers 2, where players are demanding capes in the style of ideologically driven flags that break the immersion and escapism of the experience. If you want to make a female Iron Man, how about this? You know what they could do? And I'd be for this. You want a female Hulk? She-Hulk. You want a female Iron Man? Rescue. It's possible to do. If you really wanted to make the gender-swapped characters, you'd literally just introduce the existing characters of the same archetype from the comics. Jane Foster as Thor. A lot of people cringe at that. So maybe you wouldn't want Thor. Maybe it should have been... Well, I don't know how you'd really do it, to be completely honest. You have to invent new characters, some of these people. Like what's like the Luna Snow character. I love her story, by the way. Do you guys play Marvel Rivals? Her story is that she's a K-pop artist, and she was attacked. Like her concert was attacked, and she was defending her fans when like, I could be totally wrong about this, but she got pushed into a cold fusion reactor, which gave her ice powers. And I'm just like, cold fusion is not literally cold. It's just room temperature. So no ice powers. But, fine. Whatever. They're going to mention Marvel Rivals was developed by NetEase Games, launched in December of 24 as a free-to-play team-based PvP shooter featuring a roster of Marvel superheroes and villains. The game has quickly gained popularity, boasting over 10 million players in its first 72 hours. I am one of them. Its success has fostered a vibrant modding community. Are you against political mods? Comment below. Well, you can comment below on here. But I'll tell you this. I'm a big fan of Overwatch. You know what I like about Overwatch is that they're good games. It's not really difficult to get into. Obviously, if you want to be the best, you've got to figure out the characters you like to play. But it's easy to feel powerful in that game. That's what they did really well. And it's kind of fascinating that with Marvel's Rivals and with Overwatch, you can feel like you're doing a really good job, even if you're not that great of a character. Sometimes it just feels like you're overpowered. And so with the Punisher is a lot of fun in Marvel Rivals. I like the Punisher. Who else is pretty good? I like Wanda, Scarlet Witch, but it's because she's easy to play. Like, if you're going to start the game, Moira in Overwatch or Scarlet Witch, absolutely like the easiest players to get into because the basic attack for Scarlet Witch and Moira is just aim it in the general direction and you siphon off their life. It's very easy to play. And so I'm a big fan. I think Marvel Rivals is pretty dang good. But of course, no matter what you do, people's going to complain. So I punched in the Google search, Marvel Rivals is racist. And sure enough, welcome to the internet, people. You've got this from Steam. Marvel Rivals has a problem with racism and toxic behavior. Now, it's just a community post with 48 comments. I have played several games now. Many ranked matches, but also quick matches initially. The quick matches were extremely toxic and racist, which is now largely shifted to ranked matches. There's barely a game without toxic or racist comments. Whether it's about someone's possible origin, people not playing anymore because they're against something or whatever else, almost daily you get death wishes or are told to kill yourself. I'm surprised that NetEase Games hasn't done anything about it yet, or very little. And I'm even more surprised that something like this is still being marketed through Steam. And someone responded quite succinctly. This has nothing to do with the game. It is to do with humans. I'm sorry you've had a poor experience and it's a hard thing to police. If the game's voice chat is baked into the replay as well as the game chat, you can report them after the fact. I never play with voice chat on. And it's not just because it's stupid and it's a bunch of 15-year-olds being like, I'm going to screw your mom. Well, my username is Tim D. Pool. So like when I'm playing Marvel Rivals, it's very easy to see my character profile and all that stuff. And I don't want to go on and play and have people talk about me. However, it is really funny when I play a lot of these games and people just spam thumbs up, even if I don't do well. But that's why I largely just ignore the voice chat. They're going to say, as a free-to-play game, even if their account is banned, there is little stopping them from creating a new account. I hope you have better experiences in the future. It's true. One person said, as I previously stated, it's not a games problem. Be sure to report anyone who abuses voice chat, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I can only tell you, welcome to the internet. Cry. What are you going to do about it? Go outside into the real world and some random guy is going to scream about some nonsense you don't like. I was walking down the street in Chicago with a friend of mine who was a lesbian. This is like 20 years ago. Seriously, like 20 years ago. And this guy started screaming at her that she was going to burn in hell because she had, what did she have? She had like a rainbow tattoo or something. Now, I'll tell you this, my friends, okay? I can criticize all the wokeness, the slippery slope, the weird stuff they're going after kids, but I'm fine with people minding their own business. So my friend, minding her own business, walking down the street with a rainbow tattoo, and some guy decides to interrupt our conversation, starts screaming how she's evil, how she's going to burn, and she deserves all these horrible things. I told him to get out of my face, and nobody asked you. None of us was bothering anybody else, okay? But my point is this. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to go to the cops and be like, you speak mean to me. This is the problem that I have with where we've gone. Because 20 years ago, I walked down the street with a friend and someone says something mean. We say, piss off, scumbag. And we keep walking. And now you got these kids that they're like, somebody was mean to me on the internet. And it's like, yeah, and they're going to continue to be. And that's the reality of it. You're going to go in voice chat, and they're going to try to elicit emotion to affect your gameplay. Turn the voice chat off. Go into a team game. Find friends. Isolate yourself. Do what you need to do. But you're not going to police the public and tell people they can't talk. Look, when you're out and you're playing a video game, I say out, but when you're like sitting at home, you're playing this video game, they want to get you riled up. They want to get you angry. It affects gameplay. It's not going to change. So cry more about it. If you're on a team ranked game and you're talking to your team and they're saying awful things, welcome to the internet. What more do you want? For the rest of us, if we want to put Donald Trump or Joe Biden's face, to be honest, if I was playing, I would put Joe Biden's head on Captain America. Actually, I'd put Joe Biden's head on Wanda because it's creepier. I'm kidding. But let us do the things we want to do. Calm down. Grow up, man. More importantly, kids shouldn't be on the internet anyway. I'm going to wrap it up there. Smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com to support our work. Calling out the nonsense. And we will see you all tonight. YouTube.com/TimcastIRL for the live show.